Hey guys, it's Cal coming at you with another review from the rig, where I attempt to answer the question that you most want to know. Yeah, but does it smell good? Tonight, we're bringing you another homage from the folks at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Let's get right into the scent notes. It is considered a oriental fragrance with fresh citrus. We have top notes of mandarin, lemon, bergamot, and orange blossom. We have heart notes that create a very warm and balmy, revealing jasmine, lily of the valley, heliotrope, and cinnamon. And then we have our base notes that are sweet and woodsy notes of vanilla, tonka bean, patchouli, and sandalwood. Now these might sound innocent enough, but 4 of these are going to gang up and donkey punch you right in the face. What this scent is based on has been described as overwhelming, nuclear, headache-inducing, 90s clubbing scent, purple bubblegum, syrupy, neon sweet, and has a synthetic vibe. Now, what happens here is that take the orange blossom, the heliotrope, the vanilla, and the tonka, blend them together, crank up the volume, and you get something which is as sweet vanillic notes, powdery floral notes, heavy synthetic musks, cinnamon spice, dense ambery notes, and that strong orange blossom. That created huge projection, thick texture, strong sweetness, and long persistence. Therefore, we get olfactory density and olfactory fatigue. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, you would find this scent everywhere. You would find it in places associated with nightlife, dance clubs, leather jackets, smoke machines, gold chains, loud shirts, fast cars, mosh pits, and late nights. You would find it cranking through the speakers of clubs and bars, playing the likes of Motley Crue and Poison and Whitesnake in clubs that were playing Euro dance music to Unlimited and Snap. You'd find it in where they were doing the R&B, such as Bobby Brown and Boys to Men, and you'd find it in places where they were cranking out industrial and goth music like 9 Inch Nails and Depeche Mode, all under bright, glaring neon lights. So, tell you, from that, this originally arrived in 1989. It was called Joop, intentionally, HOMME, was created by Michael Almeric from the German fashion house Joop. The owner of that was Wolfgang Joop, and he wanted something that was bold and unapologetic, that stood out, that blurred the lines of what was considered a masculine scent. So it fit, it was so in your face, and those scent notes just hit you really hard, and they were unapologetic about it. When it arrived, it came in a bright, hot pink bottle. It was considered a powerhouse fragrance, and it was meant to be energetic and commercial, and just a few sprays could completely fill a room. Now, subsequent versions have been watered down to the point where they're just a tame version of its former self. But Phoenix Artisan, they've gone back and they have brought back that original powerhouse scent. So with that, I bring you Coop a Dupe. And this is strong. This is going to be divisive, but if you long for those larger-than-life times of the late 80s, early 90s, where everything was big and bold, then this might be the scent for you. So it took me a bit. Why is it called Coop? Well, the folks at PAA have this thing for DB Cooper. And if you look at the labels, there's DB Cooper, skydiving, jumping out of the plane, money in his backpack behind him. So, Coop, DB Cooper. So, anyway, this is going to be available across the product lines. Kind of on the fence about this one. I'm not familiar with it from that era, but apparently it was everywhere. So, if you yearn for those times gone by, if you remember clubbing and you remember this scent, this is going to bring back some memories for you. So, if it's something you think you might like, check it out. It is available across the product lines. So, anyway, I hope this has been informative, and leave your comments below. We're going to wrap this one up. You guys take care. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.